Hello everyone, I'm MVL and welcome to my video game pickups of November 2018. As per usual, gameplay footage included for every game on this list. And first up we have Gremlins 2, the new batch for the NES. I picked this game up from Game Zone Plymouth, and you can check out a video shop tour I did for that awesome store on my channel. This is a top-down platformer. Guide Gizmo through a lab filled with bats, rats, and giant tomatoes, and watch out for the evil gremlins, mogwai that ate after midnight and turned into monsters. You can jump around the levels to get past obstacles and throw tomatoes at your enemies, and there's also a variety of pickups, including a pogo stick. What's not to love? That's Gremlins 2, the new batch on the NES. Next up we have The Battle of Olympus for the NES. I also picked this game up from Game Zone Plymouth. This is a side-scrolling action RPG. The game reminds me a lot of Zelda 2. This is your noble quest to rescue Helen from Hades. There are towns where you can talk to NPCs and a world map where you can travel to different locations. In the danger zones, you can fight with a sword and shield against tons of monsters that cross your path. There's also some platforming and you can jump over some enemies to avoid them. That's the Battle for Olympus for the NES. And next up we have Mystic Defender for the Sega Mega Drive. Another sweet pickup from Game Zone Plymouth. This is a side-scrolling platformer. In this quest, Joe the expert sorcerer must rescue Alexandria. You do this with a variety of magic attacks which you learn throughout the game. The starting ability reminds me of a Kamehameha from Dragon Ball Z. It's a versatile ability where you can fire small blasts quickly or charge up for one powerful shot. This works particularly well against more deadly foes like bosses. And speaking of bosses, in some versions of the game Alexandria appears naked on the end boss, which was revised. That's Mystic Defender on the Sega Mega Drive. Next up we have Super R-Type for the Super Nintendo. A super pickup from Game Zone Plymouth, and don't forget to check out my shop tour for that store on my channel. It's super. This is a super side-scrolling shooter. It uses some stages and enemies from R-Type 2 and adds new stages and new enemies. The game features a variety of different weapons and upgrades. You get a power-up that can be applied to the front or back of your ship, and it'll fire in that direction. It'll also absorb a hit you take, keeping your ship alive for longer. That's Super R-Type for the Super Nintendo. Next up we have WWF Betrayal for the Game Boy Color. I picked this game up from Faceless Monkey in Truro. This is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, and it's very cool to get a story-based beat-em-up wrestling game. Stephanie McMahon has been kidnapped, and Vince McMahon is offering a title shot to rescue her. You play as either Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, or The Undertaker, taking down your opponents with your fists or weapons you pick up along the way. Battle through 6 interactive levels of destructive action beyond the confines of the ring. That's WWF Betrayal for the Game Boy Color. Next up we have Alien Trilogy for the PlayStation 1. This is a first-person shooter based on the first 3 Alien movies, and this game really reminds me of Doom. Here you face a wide variety of aliens like facehugger xenomorphs and alien queens, fighting them with an expansive arsenal of weapons, including pistols, shotguns, and flamethrowers. You also have a cool motion tracker on screen to see where the aliens are moving around. This game was described as the greatest movie tie-in ever and given 93% by PlayStation Plus. That's the Alien Trilogy on the PlayStation 1. Next up we have Bushido Blade for the PlayStation 1. This is a one-on-one sword fighting game, brought to us by Sony and Squaresoft. This game features a story mode and a selection of characters to choose from as you, an ex-assassin, flee from your dojo with your ex-comrades in pursuit. The battles can be pretty fast as a number of successful sword strikes quickly ends your opponent, with a combat emphasis on blocking and dodging incoming attacks. Protect your life and defend your honor. That's Bushido Blade on the PlayStation 1. Next up we have Dark Chronicle for the PlayStation 2. This is an action role-playing game. It was also released under the name Dark Cloud 2. It's of course a sequel to Dark Cloud. The game describes itself as more than an RPG, as it combines action-adventure, role-play, landscape sim elements, and an epic plot with endless opportunities for fun and creativity. And you can switch between 2 playable characters, each with individual abilities, multiple attack forms, special moves, and upgradable weapons. The game got a score of 92% from play, 9 out of 10 from PSW, 9 out of 10 from Games TM, and OPS2 gave it 9 out of 10, describing it as an absolute delight to play. That's Dark Chronicle on the PlayStation 2. Next up we have Fallout Brotherhood of Steel for the PlayStation 2. Another fantastic pickup from Faceless Monkey in Truro. This is a top-down role-playing game. After the huge success of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 1 and 2, Interplay brings another award-winning hit to console. And this game also plays like the console Baldur's Gate games. It's very cool. The game includes 3 unique customizable characters and an outrageous arsenal of weapons, including plasma rifles, cleavers, and fragmentation grenades. And this game can be played single-player or multiplayer cooperative play. Welcome to the Wasteland. That's Fallout Brotherhood of Steel for the PlayStation 2. Next up we have Defender for the original Xbox. This is a 3D space shooter, also known as Defender for All Mankind. It's a 3D remake of the original game. Only Defender gives you the power to save the human race from the onslaught of an alien invasion. Now the timeless action video game returns and in full 3D, with non-stop space combat, strategic gameplay, special weapons, and a ship designed to be the aliens' worst nightmare. You're the last line of defense. You are the Defender. Saving the human race, that's Defender for the original Xbox. Next up we have Grabbed by the Ghoulies for the original Xbox. This is an action-adventure game from Rare, the creators of Donkey Kong Country and Banjo-Kazooie. The gameplay you are seeing is on the original Xbox. The game is also backwards compatible on the Xbox One and included in the Rare Replay Collection, where it will look better. Cooper and Amber seek shelter from a storm in a creepy mansion that turns out to be filled with all kinds of terrible monsters. You can attack the Ghoulies in all directions by using the right thumbstick and can grab any object in the environment to smash over your foes as well. With 50 rooms and 100 levels to enjoy, that's Grabbed by the Ghoulies for the original Xbox. Next up we have South Park, The Stick of Truth for the Xbox 360. This is a role-playing game based on the South Park TV series. You control a character of your own creation and play through your own South Park adventure. The combat is turn-based, which is just how I like it, but I do believe all European copies of this game were heavily censored, which I don't like. Regardless, this is a fun game where you can explore the town of South Park in an outrageous adventure, fight against classic South Park characters, and unleash mystical powers in hilarious combat. That's South Park The Stick of Truth on the Xbox 360. Next up we have Batman Arkham Knight Game of the Year Edition for the PlayStation 4. This is an action-adventure game. The Game of the Year Edition includes all the Season Pass content. Unfortunately, it's a digital download and not on disc, but I'm still glad to have the additional content. I've been streaming the Arkham games, so I'm excited to continue with this game. As the forces of Gotham's supervillains take control of the city, the Dark Knight unleashes the all-new transformable Batmobile in this explosive finale to this series. The game describes itself as the ultimate and complete Batman experience. That's Batman Arkham Knight Game of the Year Edition for the PlayStation 4. Next up we have Antiquia Lost for the PlayStation 4. I got this from Limited Run Games and did an unboxing of this and Cosmic Star Heroine, which you can check out on my channel. This is a role-playing game with retro-inspired graphics and pleasing turn-based combat. Antiquia Lost is a gripping fantasy adventure. As dark clouds gather over a peaceful world, it's time for Bine and his friends to battle back against the darkness. That's Antiquia Lost for the PlayStation 4. Next up we have Sega Mega Drive Classics for the PlayStation 4. This is a massive collection of Mega Drive hits, ported to the PS4, with over 50 classic games on one disc. Some of these games, like Biohazard Battle, the gameplay you're seeing right now, I don't own already, so this is amazing value if you were to pick up these games individually. I also picked this up because it'll be a convenient way to stream these games in top quality as well. This also includes save states, a rewind function, graphic filters, challenges, and a mirror mode. Get into the classics. That's the Sega Mega Drive Classics on the PlayStation 4. Next up we have Red Dead Redemption 2 Ultimate Edition for the PlayStation 4. Another game I did an unboxing for, the Ultimate Edition, which you can check out on my channel. This is an open world western action adventure game and a gripping prequel story to Red Dead Redemption. The detail on this game is stunning, photorealistic, and the game environment is massive. There's endless opportunities for engagement, from story missions to side quests to bounty hunting and minigames. This is sweet horse racing and gunslinging action. Outlaws for life. That's Red Dead Redemption 2 on the PlayStation 4. Next up we have Cosmic Star Heroine for the PlayStation 4. I got this from Limited Run Games, and you can check out the unboxing for this collector's edition on my channel. This is a sci-fi role-playing game, and the combat on this game is turn-based, which I love, and the art style looks fantastic. The game reminds me a lot of Chrono Trigger. There are 11 playable characters and many NPCs that can be recruited throughout the game. Each character has different abilities in combat, and the story is wonderfully engaging. That's Cosmic Star Heroine for the PlayStation 4. And finally we have the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection for the Nintendo Switch. Another game I've done an unboxing for, the limited edition, which you can check out on my channel. This is a wonderful collection of retro SNK classics like the arcade hit Psycho Soldier, which is the gameplay you're seeing right now. It features a ton of extras alongside the games, including artwork, promo assets and soundtracks, as well as having rewind and save state functions, allowing you to pick up the action anytime. And you can enjoy some of SNK's finest offerings in full 1080p, with more games being added for free through digital download next month. That's the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection on the Nintendo Switch. And that's it. Those are all of my video game pickups for November 2018. If you like the video, please leave a like or comment and let me know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe for more awesome content. And if you like, you can support me on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you for watching. I've been MVL, and I will catch you next time.